Hello, welcome to Roy's Book Reviews. It's been a minute or two since I shot my last video. I originally had the goal of putting these out once a week, and then it became once every couple of weeks, and now it's still going to be relatively regular, but I don't know exactly how frequently my subscribers, who I truly appreciate, will be getting notifications of new videos. But I do have one for you today, and it is of the novel Slam by Nick Hornby. A copy of it right here. This is the second video that I have done for a Nick Hornby book here at my channel. The first one was of his novel Juliet Naked, which I really enjoyed. And now let me get to it here with my thoughts on his book Slam. Slam is as Nick Hornby-esque as the rest of the novels of his that I have read or movie adaptations that I've seen. In my review for Juliet Naked, I give my personal history with Nick Hornby stories. Some of them I've read the book, but not seen the movie. Some of them I've seen the movie, not read the book. Some of them, such as Juliet Naked, I have now gotten around to both the novel and the movie adaptation. With Slam, I do not believe there is a movie made of it yet, but Hollywood seems to consistently want to make his books into movies, so perhaps someday down the line, who knows. I did recently find out when I was perusing Amazon Prime that they have made a movie of his book A Long Way Down. I was not that crazy about that particular book. It was probably my least favorite or second least favorite of the Nick Hornby books that I've read. But the movie seemed to have pretty good reviews, so, every now and then the movie turned out to be a bit more enjoyable than the book. Anyway, by saying that Slam is Nick Hornby-esque, I mean that it's easy to read, likable characters are contained within, observations about the human condition are made in wry fashion throughout. I smiled over the course of the pages at his flair for comedic touches. And then the reading of it was done, and I found myself thinking that while it was all pleasant enough, I didn't quite like it as much as film adaptations of High Fidelity and About a Boy. That's because those happen to be two of my all-time favorite movies. I have not read the book of either one. I did like Slam more than other Hornby novels that I have read, such as A Long Way Down, which I just mentioned, and How to Be Good. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as Juliet Naked, which, as I previously mentioned, you can find a video with my thoughts about that book here at Roy's Book Reviews. Slam is about a high school boy who gets his girlfriend pregnant, and she plans to have and keep the baby. This, of course, has significant impact on both of their lives, as well as the lives of the family members that they live with. The story is told from Sam's point of view rather than Alicia's, so once again we have a Nick Hornby tale that's about a boy. Instead of having a suicidal mother, such as the kid in About a Boy, the protagonist in Slam has to deal with fatherhood way, way earlier than planned. Instead of meeting a nice bloke pretending to be his father who buys him a pair of trainers and joins him on stage to share the spotlight of humiliation during a ill-conceived song, Sam has a poster of the skateboard maestro Tony Hawk up on his wall. Serving basically as a Bible for Sam is the book that Tony Hawk wrote about his life. It holds all the wisdom that Sam finds himself needing, no matter how dire circumstances appear to be, or so Sam believes. The only other thing I find worth noting about the rather straightforward plot of Slam is that Sam finds himself transported a few months to a couple years into the future every now and again. This gives him foresight that may elude you and I, or other people, since Sam has a general idea how things are going to work out for him, even though his lucid dreams do omit a few details that won't get cleared up until his future actually arrives. Hornby always writes with expert charm, and we readers root for things to work out for his protagonist as they navigate whatever it is that Hornby gives them to deal with. Along the way, love is lost and found, or the other way around. Insights are reached which add to the protagonist's depth of maturity, and then we reach the final page and go about our way. There is a relatively low number of authors that I have read 3 or more novels by. Perhaps one day I'll compile a list to see how many authors that is. What these authors have in common is that they have something to say about the world and a way of saying it that appeals to me. Either that or I just find them plain entertaining, even if not particularly profound. Hornby novels, I would say, are halfway in one camp and halfway in the other. He definitely has some world wisdom to impart on his readers, and he writes interesting narratives, plots that you're curious to see what's going to happen and how the main character is going to get themselves out of whatever pickle they've gotten themselves into. So don't be surprised if you eventually stumble upon another review of mine that's about a Nick Hornby novel, because I've enjoyed those that I have read to date, some more than others, but even the ones I like the least, I definitely found them to be easy reads with interesting things to say, and characters that it was a pleasure to spend some time with. Until I do get around to that book review or a review of any other novel by any other author I choose to record, I just want to wish you all happy reading, happy 2022, happy Black History Month, which began a few days ago. And if you look in the background there, you will see a couple paintings by my wife, Erin Rogers Pickering, the illustrator of my first children's book, The Absolutely Amazing Adventures of Eva Applesauce. But the illustrations you'll find in that book are just one of many different styles of art that she has mastered. Over my shoulder, you will see a very different style. And I'm wearing a hat here. Both of the people in these paintings seem to be wearing very similar hats. So until next time, happy reading.